Mm-hmm. You're back on speaker again. What do you mean? Your main speaker for some reason.
All right, we are recording. So officially, welcome to week 1 of the 3rd course of the PEMF Certification and Training Series. Yay. Yay. So before we get started, just wanted to tell you kind of, I don't want to say rules because that sounds so formal, but there's Samantha and Sherry. Yay. Where are you guys? You're muted.
Hi, we're at Sam's house. We had to take care of Turtle, so.
Okay. So we've officially started. We're now being recorded. So all you guys that are on screen, remember your.
Wow, so a lot of people not live. So a lot of people, I guess, are going to watch the recording.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually had 53 people invited. So, but just for everybody, everybody that's watching and live and for recording the replay, you want to make sure that you unmute yourself if you're got stuff going on in the background. And just for the overall purpose of trying to get the most out of this is if you can try to turn your phones off and turn other things off that are going on in the room and in your life, and just really try to be present in the moment and try to get the most out of this. It's 8 weeks. It sounds like a lot in the beginning, but boy, as it just goes and flies by. Having been the 3rd one, it's amazing how at the end of it, we just see how quickly it all went by. And we have really 8 weeks of really packed information. The way that our schedule is that this week is really kind of the introduction, kickoff, trying to get to know you guys a little bit more because really every group is a little bit different. And each group kind of comes with, hey, there's Dawn. I'm going to unmute. Dawn, I guess I muted you. Hi, Dawn.
Hi.
You're out of your car.
Yes, it wouldn't let me join.
Being in the car and on mobile phone is hard. Like I was saying earlier, that this does take an awful lot of bandwidth on your iPhone. And now we got Dawn twice.
Okay, did I get rid of the one?
Nope, your iPhone's still on.
Oh, jeez. I don't know how to get rid of it.
And we got Michaela and Carrie in the same room, and it's kind of going stereo. We got the wide view, and then the wide view, and then the close-up.
Oh my God! I don't know how to get rid of it. Oh wait. Okay, how about that?
I think your other person is gone.
Oh, good.
Well, you can always do like 2 views, you know, like the side view, and then that'd be kind of cool. So what we have in store for you guys is this is the introduction. We're going to talk about really a lot of different things that we've found that help practitioners, ways that you get more out of the course, and really how you can become a better practitioner. I'm going to go into my little 3 circles of prosperity idea that you guys will have. Hey, and Tina's now joined us. All right, Tina. And then week 2 is horses. We're doing PMF for horses, and Samantha does a really great video of the full body protocol. And this is a video of Samantha before she started showing that she was pregnant, but she was pregnant. Samantha is just about to have a baby any week now, right? Right, Samantha? Samantha, do you want to just stand up and make sure, see if we get a side view to see how pregnant you are, just because we're recording? And There we are. That's our little boy. And you know what? They're naming the boy John after me.
Sorry, John.
Hi, M's live now. All right. Now, we have done the format on this with this Zoom meeting, as opposed to when we first started, we were on this webinar format, and the webinar format was basically me, just me. You guys, we couldn't see you at all, but everyone said like, oh, it was so much better when we could all interact. So we went to this format, and it's a format that's great because, you know, we got like 10 new people, 53 people total. And some of the people that have been in earlier classes really wanted to come back and join us, so we've continued to invite them. So, but you'll see, really the people that join live are really the core group, and we want it to be as interactive as possible. You know, you guys can really talk and ask questions and guide the curriculum as much as you want. Everybody has different goals and levels of experience, and you know, what they want to get out of the course. But we have a set framework. And so, like I was saying, week 2 is horses in the full body protocol. Week 3 is horses.
Talking, I can't hear you.
And the add-ons. Who can't hear me? Oh.
Yeah, it's saying.
And Sherry, you guys are muted, by the way.
Okay.
You can unmute yourself.
Was with Carrie, so I'm sorry. I know Carrie told me that, but I didn't realize, and then, okay, I just got it. Yeah, because I saw the person up there was like, okay, anyway, nothing.
I know, we got Michaela here and Carrie and Michaela here.
Yeah.
That's a first.
It's good.
I gotta say, it's a first. I like it though. I like it. So let me get through the whole schedule. The week 3 is horses and the add-on positions. These are all the extra positions that we've come up with in addition to the whole body treatment. Then week 4 is wounds with Christina Cooper, and this is amazing week that we show Christina's whole protocol on treating wounds and traumatic injuries, and really she just goes into such great depth in terms of her research, her protocol, just the way that she's gotten some amazing results, and this goes way beyond where anybody has ever gone before. I don't want to steal the thunder, but she does basically 90-minute treatments and gets phenomenal results that you can see on serious wounds. You can see the difference between when you start and when you finish. And she has some great stories. The great stories are testimonials that you guys can use as well. So that's a really good one. The 5th week is the marketing week, and this is when we go through our 50 tips to market your business. These 50 tips first started out with Sherry with 15 of them, right? And as we went through our Jumpstart, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with our Jumpstarts, but when we were with Pulse Centers, we started doing live 3-day trainings that we called Jumpstart Your Business. And I'm not sure how many we did, we did a bunch of them. And as we would go through them, we would just keep adding on to this list as people would come up with good ideas. And these are all things that we've done, other people have done, and really ways to help you market your business and grow. And that's really what this whole course is all about. It's all about all the things that we've done and things that we've seen other practitioners do that has really helped grow their business and take PEMF and the PEMF practitioner to a whole new level. So before, when we first started, everybody was, they buy the machine and then they go like, well, what the heck do we do now? And so nobody really was advancing anything, and everything was pretty much staying the same. You know, there were a bunch of preconceived ideas and really basically things that were just not true about PMF, but people kept just doing them, and because nobody knew any better. Well, what we've been able to do is really get kind of a baseline of this information and really pull together the biggest source of information on PMF and being a practitioner that's available in the world. And so now we're getting everybody to start. Basically, you guys get to start where we are, and then we all get to move forward. So anyway, week 5 is marketing. Week 6 is PMF for people. And we have some good videos. We're probably going to add some videos and do some, really show you how to treat people using all the different accessories that are available. We have a video behind the scenes with the health center product specialists. And
we feed them.
What are you laughing at, Sherry? Do I get something hanging from my hair or something?
No, I'm not laughing at you, honey. We just were saying about that we had an idea that we wanted to do on the pulsing people one that we haven't done in previous courses. And then we both had the aha moment of, she'll probably have a newborn by the time we do that. That's
week 6, I hope.
Yeah, that's what we're like, oh my
I
God.
mean, I definitely will before the course.
Yeah, we're going to have another human.
Another little
What?
thing.
Sorry, so
If
I'm
we're
sorry.
not unmuting ourselves, we're probably saying
Yeah.
something unvaluable.
What?
I said if we don't unmute ourselves, we're probably saying something unvaluable to the course.
Okay, then we'll just ignore you. If you,
Honey, I'm never laughing at you, so.
well, you never know. I could have something really embarrassing hanging out of my face.
I would private message you or something.
And my phone's turned off, but
Oh, you better, oh. You could do like a private chat. Hey, what happened to the little Q? It's not offering the option. It used to offer an option where you could make a comment or a question, so then you could put the little Q. Is anybody seeing that in their chat? That was really helpful. I'm not seeing it in Sam's here tonight.
well, maybe they upgraded it out of it.
Well,
So
that
anyway,
would downgrade.
I'm still trying to
So
get through this
topic.
our schedule. So
Okay, unmuting, muting.
week 6 is PMF for people. Week 7 is PMF with pets, mainly dogs, and that's with Kelly Legarata. And I have to say that if you have not considered doing PMF for dogs, you really should. Sherry and I spent all Sunday, this last Sunday, at a dog show, a Mastiff dog show. And was it just for Mastiffs? If it wasn't, there were an awful lot of Mastiffs there. But we treated, how many, 7 or 8 Mastiffs?
It was the Mastiff National Final Show of the year of the thing. Yeah, and I'm trying to find my phone to show you guys a picture.
And so we treated 7. We started the day, I think we were only going to treat 3, and then by the end of the day, we treated 7, and we treated 4 people as well. So it was a great day. We made over $1,000, and it was like, hey, that's not a bad Sunday. But I tell you, the dog business is phenomenal. And if you are struggling to get your business going, I would add that to your repertoire for sure. And you know, everybody, if you're into horses, everybody that has horses usually has dogs. So it's a really great add-on. And so our week 7 is PMF for dogs with Kelly Legarata. And she is a great practitioner and just a really great person overall, and has some really, really good tips that. Oh.
This is me posting a 240-pound Mastiff that decided to put its head on my while we were posting. You know,
It just, Sherry's like found this position where it puts, it's basically the head in the loop over the head, the necklace thing, but she then pulls it down their chest, and they get it on their chest and they just go like, oh.
So look how big this dog was, you guys. This is like amazing.
These dogs were so cool. Oh, they were
They were amazing.
huge.
But what I
Huge.
wanted to share about that was, so that dog that I just showed was a 6.5-year-old Mastiff, which they were explaining to us in Mastiff years, they're not 7 to 1 human, they're 10 to 1 human. So that dog was the equivalent of, you know, over 60 years old. And he was showing in the veteran division, they are actually clients of Jennifer Bichler in Washington State, who came to Asheville and realized this dog was sore, and so reached out to Jennifer, and she's like, oh my God, I'll get a hold of Sam and Sherry and see if they can come out, and we did. So we pulsed 3 dogs the first day. Sam and I went out, and so then she let us know he won that veteran class, and they said he was flying around the ring like a puppy. Everybody noticed it so much that's why then when we went back, we had 7 or 8 dogs to do, and I think 4 people. And it was because the difference was like so noticeable to the other competitors. So I just wanted to share that because it was a total out of the box experience for us. We'd never been to a dog show or anything like that. And so just imagine, I mean, you know, we just had 1 day of experience that literally, you know, like we ended up getting like 4 more clients the second day just by them seeing how that dog was. So just putting it out there for you guys, that might be something worthwhile looking into because it was fun. It was easy. We made, you know, I mean, we made $1,000 like it nothing. And it was a cool, interesting experience that could really grow and is relatively unknown in the dog show world. I'm telling you, people were like, what is this? Oh my God. So anyway, make sure to watch Kelly's, and we'll talk more about that on the pet one. But
Yeah,
I just had to share because it was such a cool experience.
and just like horse shows, you know, there's dog shows going on all the time. And what we didn't realize is that these dogs at these dog shows are really sore. And when you pulse them, they have phenomenal results.
Yeah.
Like horses, they're judged on their movement, and when you pulse them, they move beautifully, and they know it. People notice it. It's like, wow, that dog looks so much better than all the rest, and then they win. And it's in a lot of ways it reminds me of the earliest years in PMF for horses,
They
because
can hear everything you do. Can you bring the
field
charger
is
for my iPhone?
wide open.
Yeah.
And just today, look at this dog. We pulsed a little dog named Possum at a barn that we were at, and look at, she had a bad hip, and she literally went on the pad and put that hip right down on the pad, and it was like the sweetest thing. So just sharing. Oh, somebody's calling me. What the heck? Sorry, just sharing. Okay.
So anyway, that's week 7. And week 8 is when we go through some competitive talk about all the different machines, high intensity versus low intensity, all the different kind of machines that are out there, and you know, what you come up against as a practitioner when you're up against you know, all the different types of different machines, different practitioners and everything that are out there, both PMF and others. And then we really use that day as kind of a, like the last day of our Jumpstart is like, okay, what do you guys want to talk about? So a lot of questions and answers, and really that day is sort of open, kind of like this one is, of you know, being really, what do you want to talk about, and what do you need in order to help your business get to the next level? Sherry, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I did. Oh, what did I want to say? Oh, and then when do we do the what is PEMF and work on their elevator speech?
The what?
The what is PEMF and work on their elevator speech. And
that's in the people, but what is their elevator speech? That's something that we actually we kind of worked on all the way through. So what is an elevator speech? An elevator speech is something that you say to someone if they ask, hey, what do you do? And, you know, if you're not familiar with an elevator speech, it's really something that you would be able to say if you got on an elevator and you saw a long lost friend and they said, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you so long. What are you doing?" And by the time you get down to the main floor, you've told them. So, you know, in a very short amount of time, you tell them exactly what it is that you do. And it's sort of similar to if you're walking around a horse show or to a dog show or to another event and you're looking for business and saying, you know, what is PMF? Sherry in the PMF for People days, she have her patented, it's patent pending talk on what is PMF and her grape analogy. But Sherry, maybe we can get you to say that before.
I don't know.
You said it enough. So anyway, you guys should have a little speech, and I think just about everybody is pretty. Tina, I'm not sure what your level of experience is, how long you've been doing PMF.
I just got the machine about a month ago, and I was a massage tech before that, a coin massage.
Oh, great. So how is it going?
It's awesome. I have a client tomorrow. I'm going to PMF. She's a little stiff in the neck, so we'll see how she does.
Oh, she's a pain in the neck, huh?
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Oh, someone's got some dogs barking. I think they need PMF.
Get over here!
Okay, we can mute that. And Eileen, you've been around for a while.
Is that Eileen Gallion?
I think so.
Eileen.
And then, Em, you've been doing it for a while, like over a year, haven't you?
Yes.
How has it been going?
Really good, actually.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're really happy you could join us.
I'm very happy to be here.
And so I think everybody, Tina, I'm not sure what machine you have, but I think everybody else has a pulse center machine. Although we do have people that have signed up that have, I think there's a guy that's got an IMRS. We have a guy from India that has an IMRS. He probably is not going to join us, but we have a French guy. What does he have? We have a guy from France.
And we have a Frenchman that has joined that wants to bring PMF to France.
Oh, great. I need to talk to him.
Yes, Nicholas. I've been talking to Nicholas online for like over 2 years. So that's exciting to have him. So hi, Nicholas. You're watching the replay. I can't wait to see you on. Although I don't know if he'll ever be live. He'd probably have to get up in the middle of the night or something.
Yeah.
But
because they are 6 hours ahead of us, so yeah.
He would have to stay up.
He can stay up. Okay, Nicholas, you got to stay up one night so we can all see you and hear your accent.
Maybe with a good glass of Bordeaux or something.
Yeah.
So Nicholas Emerald is French, from France.
Hey, Nicolas!
But living in North Carolina.
What?
Well, why don't we have the people who are all on introduce themselves, tell us where they're from and why they're doing this.
That's exactly what we were going to do next.
Okay. So, John, you want to go?
But in the meantime, I was going to have everybody put in the chat box so you can get used to chatting.
Oh, yeah.
What machine that you guys have. So put in the chat box what machine you have, and
we don't have to do
that.
And that way everybody gets used to chatting.
So on the bottom, if you scroll down to the bottom, it'll show some options, one of them which is chat. So click on chat, and then a screen will come up on the right side of your, or a thing will come up on the right side of your screen. Do you see that, Em? Have you found it?
Mm-mm.
John, can you show your screen, honey, so they can see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but if I do that, the chat goes away.
I did earlier.
But for everybody else, but then you could just come back. So just show them, and then they can do it on theirs, right?
I think the thing goes away. It goes to the
If I take my little cursor mouse arrow and I just go down to the bottom.
Yeah. See, it goes away. The share box and stuff is up on the top.
Oh,
There's someone that's got a.
okay. But if you just scroll down to the bottom, do you see that? Then it should pop up and offer you chat. Do you see that, Em?
All right, Carrie, she's got an EQX from Macon.
Got it.
Michaela, EQX from Macon. Pulse EQX from rainy California is from Tina. Ah, I didn't know it was raining in California. Well, that's great.
Dawn, do you see where to do it? To do chat?
And Eileen, are you there? We got a blank screen for Eileen.
Because then you, oh, good, Emerald. Okay. Eileen, hi, Eileen.
Yeah, she's got the probe from
okay.
Virginia Beach.
Dawn, just scroll to the bottom and the little thing that says chat will pop. There you are. Oh, you're from Illinois, really? From Wisconsin.
Woo woo.
Not anymore. It was. Okay.
All right. Now, one of the things that we really want you to do, and this will really help you with your overall practice, but we want you to think about what is your why. What is your why for being a practitioner? And in our Jumpstart, we would go around and we would tell our story about why we're there and why we became a PMF practitioner. And it was really a great way to get everything going. But for us, the very helpful thing would be is if you could tell us why you joined this course. What is it that you're really looking to get out of this course? We have a lot of people that say marketing, or they want to learn how to do PMF better, like you know. But we have some practitioners have been doing it for a while. So if you can put in the chat why you joined this course. Is there one particular thing that you wanted to do? Maybe you want to get certified, you know.
Board certification.
Board certification.
Well, aren't they going to tell us? Are they supposed to put it in the chat? I thought they were going to tell us. Or you want to?
Or why don't we can have them tell us? Yeah, why don't we have them tell us? Carrie and Michaela, why don't you guys start? What is it that why did you guys join the course? Why did you become
practitioners, right?
what's your why for being, if you want to go into why you want to be a practitioner, we would love to hear it.
Sure.
And Michaela, you're new at this, right?
Yeah, I just got my machine yesterday.
And what kind of machine did you get?
EQX.
All right.
And I used it this morning on my horse, who decided to have a little colic episode.
And decided what?
Did you do the colic protocol?
I did. I had to watch your video on it because I didn't know where to go. And then I called Carrie and double checked. And I pulsed him for probably about 30 minutes or so before the vet got there. And then we had to move on to pump him with some fluids and stuff. But he's good. He's good. So he'll be home tomorrow.
Good.
We're just restricting food right now, and he'll be fine. So it's good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's always scary.
Yeah. But talk about an introduction.
Yeah. Baptism in fire. So why did you decide to get a machine?
Carrie actually got me into it. I've known her for about 2 years now, and I was wicked skeptical. And she actually started pulsing my horse. And literally the next day after his first session, it was like butter. And we're doing FEI level dressage, and it was night and day. And that sold me on it. So then I started to pulse some more, and then I started to learn more about it and understand how it could be utilized. And I'm also changing careers by doing this. So it's really revolutionary for me and evolutionary for me at the same time.
That's awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really great. Yeah. Well, you've got a great start with both having Carrie there to walk you through that, and then taking this course. You're really going to get 8 weeks of of great instruction. And when we get done with the why thing, I'm going to take you into the portal, and we're going to show you. I don't know if you've been into the portal yet, but I'm going to show you around the portal and just show you some of the resources that are available to you. You can always jump right in and watch those as before we get to them too. So,
Yeah.
so Carrie, you've been doing it for a while. What was your why for doing the course, and why have you become a practitioner?
I became a practitioner purely by chance. You guys actually know that, remembering from when I bought my machine. I literally had called and found out I wanted to pulse myself and my horses because I had a bunch of health issues at the time. And it just worked out that there wasn't a practitioner near me. So I calculated kind of what it would cost for somebody to come from North Carolina to do it. And by the time they would do me and 3 horses and their travel back and forth 3 hours each way, it was just beneficial. I said, I've read enough about it. I believe in it. I will give it a try and buy it without ever having set foot on it before. So it's been amazing. And now I'm just going for board certification. Certainly talk to all of them, you know, Laura and Kenny and Ethelyn and all the group that we started with back then. And they say nothing but great things. And of course, then I was having Michaela do it. And I said, why not? We live near each other. And it would be a great time to just reconnect with John and Cherry because they're always good to learn from.
Oh, that's great. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah, it's good that you get to do it with Michaela. That'll be kind of fun, just doing it together.
Exactly. Well, and because I always try and, you know, exactly like you said, kind of elevator speech premise, and if everybody gets used to saying the same thing. So that's what I definitely wanted, was to have, you know, Michaela be able to hear all of that too, that it's not just me. I'm not making it up. This is the repetitiveness so you get used to it. And we'll say it over and over. So.
Are you still doing your full-time job?
In this meeting, and now I can't get out of it.
3 minutes left.
What?
I was just wondering, are you still doing your full-time job?
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yes, I haven't jumped in purely because Aiken season goes so hot and heavy right up until about a week ago, and then it goes. So now it's actually like, you know, I've got a couple polo players that haven't left to go north, and then kind of my local humans and some horsey people, or horses, but it's definitely a little bit tougher. So I still do my other job, but it's great benefits and whatnot. So, you know, can't disapprove of that.
That's good. That's good. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for sharing
Absolutely.
that. Dawn, do you want to go next? Now, Dawn, you've already been through our jump start, so we were really psyched to have you back.
I just want to get better at this and hopefully get more business, because I think it's pretty hard to get business from MagnaWave people that are pretty inexpensive.
Well, do you have you considered doing dogs?
You know, I have yet to figure out how to get a dog. I mean, I talked to people about it, but no one has said, here, try my dog.
I would go to a dog show. I mean, I tell you, this is
Agility or breed.
Okay, and I can do that. I just haven't, I mean, I do taxes from January through April 15th. So I basically have not been to any show since, like, I think I took my machine to January Hunter Show, but I only did horses that were in my barn, or, you know, in the barn I was with. So, you know, but I can do dogs. I just have to get it together. And my husband isn't super supportive of this. So, so we'll see.
You know what, Dawn? Like today, that last picture we
You guys are
showed
dead.
of that cute little dog that we did today, we were at a barn pulsing horses, and I literally got like an intuitive feel like that dog needs to pulse. We need to pulse that dog. It was this cute little dog named Possum. And then we started talking to the owner, and it turned out she had kind of quirky hips and stuff like that. And we were just like, hey, why don't we just try her on the pulse pad and see what she thinks? And it was like, oh my gosh, it was so amazing. Like I said, that little dog put her hip right there on the pad. And then the owner was just like amazed. It was literally like she went from just being like this little old dog walking around to playing with the other dogs in the barn. It was like you watered a wilted plant. She like sprung to life and was playing, and the owner was so amazed. And we were just doing this out of the goodness of our heart. And she's like, oh my God, I gotta pay you guys. This was amazing. We're like, no, we're just doing it to spread the PMF love. And I'm telling you, and we said, maybe you can do a testimony on our Facebook page, or it's just, it can be that simple. And it can just open up doors you would never imagine. I mean, it was, you know, like that's just an example of how, you know, once you get comfortable with it, you can just open up possibilities so easily, you know.
Well,
All right, I'll have to be doing that.
yeah, and if you have a lot of competition on the horse side from Magnaway people that are pretty firmly entrenched, that might be just a really good way to open up, because I'll bet you nobody has been to the dog shows, and you can, if you go to smaller breeds, not the Mastiffs, but it can be as easy as really getting a crate and putting a pad in the bottom of the crate and putting them in there for like 30 minutes, and that's $50, you know.
Okay, I'll have to find out, because there is a place that I know they have a lot of agility shows, which is where we also do the hunters. So I'll have to get the show schedule and see when they're there.
Yeah, and you can just go to breeds and websites and see, you know, dog shows around me, and yeah,
Okay.
you'll be shocked. This was at a hotel, the place that we went.
Really?
Yeah,
It was at a convention center at a hotel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
they told us that there was a big national dog show of, I think, Great Danes the week before, and now there's a big show of Spaniels this week. We were like, what? Who knew?
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is Kelly Legarata, that's going to do our special on dogs. Her Facebook page is Healing Paws-abilities, and she, like Paws-abilities, P-A-W-S, and she's in Florida. And she is really wonderful to reach out to ask for any kind of guidance and assistance. She actually has agility dogs and goes to agility shows. So she's someone, she's like everything. She's an actress and all kinds of wonderful things. So she's somebody wonderful that you can reach out to.
Yeah, and I just go on the portal, and you can view her, I think it's a half hour, 45-minute video in week 7, and you can just view that one thing, and that will give you a great background. It's definitely enough to be able to do or to be able to do dogs. And
Right. Okay.
they're not that hard, and it has a very similar protocol than horses do.
Really? Okay.
Surprisingly, yeah. You just use the small and medium loops, and so M. We've already done M. I would ask Tina, but it looks like Tina's driving.
You can do M.
Tina, do you? I'm kind of going, and my screen, I'm kind of going like. Tina, do you want to do that, or you're driving and I don't want you to wreck?
She's got it turned off, so I think.
I can unmute you if you want.
I don't think so.
No, I think not. How about M?
Can you hear me now?
Go next.
Oh, wait, Tina's on there.
Oh, there's Tina.
Hey, so yeah, I am driving home from work. I got the machine because like I said, I started in massage, and I wanted something that went a little bit deeper. And I saw Magnawave, but then I did some research, and I thought the Pulse was a better option, better machine. I still believe it's a better machine. So I'm pretty much doing horses, but I have the chair, I have the pet pad, I have all 3 loops for the horses. The dog agility, I'm really interested in the dogs because we have a lot of Doberman shows around here and stuff. And then I do reining, so I'm on the horse side, and then I have the chair for the trainers because my trainer's always tired. So yeah, I'm really excited.
That's great.
To get going on this. So I just don't know what to say, how to explain it better.
Okay, good.
So I'm hoping to get a lot of knowledge.
Okay, well, you're going to hear us. We go through the PMF talk, many times as we go through this. So we can work on that.
Cool.
Well, that's good. We're glad to have you, and you're picking this up. So you've got some veterans that have been around for a little while, and we got some new people. So this is really a good mix. So Emerald, do you want to tell your story?
Yeah, so I did the course with you guys last year at HIT, and I mean, I'm really happy with that. Just a little refresher, get the certification just to add on to, again, add on to that for like the MagnaWave people. Not that I didn't run into anybody yet really, but I just feel like the more you have, the more you know, the better, obviously. But no, it's really working really good. I'm super happy. I have 3 or 4 big barns where I go and I do 6 horses, 7 horses at least once a month, and then minimum. And then between I do the show horses, eventers, dressage mostly. I have some horses, some upper level dressage horses that gets done once a week, and people, eventers that get done minimum twice a month or before a horse show. So there's a few going to Virginia horse trial this weekend. So I've got 3 tomorrow before they go to the horse show. So I'm really happy.
That's great. That's great. We're glad to have you. And when did you do? You were at HITS?
I think it was last year, early, like February last year.
Yeah, HITS in Florida.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Man, time flies.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Now, Natasha, you're on? Your screen's all blacked out. So if you can add the video that's down in the lower left-hand corner, or no, right left-hand corner, you can push the little camera thing, and that will turn your camera on, and we can unmute you if you want. A lot of people, they're just on this for the first time. They're like, "Oh, wait a minute, wasn't prepared to be on camera."
I know, I had to have the hat too. I was like, oh no.
I know, I got my hair cut yesterday, so I'm having like a bad hair day.
Oh, yeah.
My hair got really long. I couldn't take it anymore. I was trying to go for the ponytail.
Yeah.
Sherry wants me to go for the ponytail, but I
almost had one. And
I
then
almost had one, but I just
Oh.
couldn't take it anymore. It's like got
Failed.
too long, too much. So, well, anyway, what I thought we would do, and thank you all for sharing that. It's always really good to get a little perspective on where you guys are coming from, how much experience you have, and really, why you're doing this. I think if you always start out with something of why you're doing it, it's always a lot better, a lot easier to move forward, and you use that as kind of a foundation. I've found that understanding your why is really, really, really important. And so what I want to take you guys and do a little screen share and take you into the portal. And if you haven't been there yet, some of you guys just signed on. So you're going to get an email from me that says, here is, hold on, I'm going to share the screen. All right, so can you still hear me? Yep. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're going to get an email that looks like this, and it has the login page that you're going to click on. That's going to be the link that's going to take you to the login page. This is the email that you use. That's going to be your login name. And then now this password, see how weird it is? Don't try to retype that. I get at least 5 or 6 emails saying I can't get on, my password's not working, because they tried typing this thing in. So highlight it, copy it, and the last 2 times I had people that didn't know how to copy and paste. So if you don't know how to copy, you can either right click on your mouse and press copy, or you can do a Control C and that copies it too. So you got it copied. Now you click on this link and it's going to take you to the portal. Now this, you can bookmark this page, and so I guess I'm gonna have to type this in. I have autofill on everything, so So here it is. You have to put in the email that you signed up for. If you have more than one email, make sure you remember this. And I apologize for my really slow typing. Okay, so now I'm going to paste this in, that password in there, and hopefully it's going to sign on. Okay, ta-da! Now we are in the portal. Now, just show you, it's all set up. Get out of there. This is all set up in weeks. It's also, so week 1, I'll click on week 1. So this is what week 1 looks like. This is the replay from the 2nd week. This was the replay from the 1st week. See how the different formats are different? And then, hey, we've already got some, it's already got some comments in there. You're going to make some comments. And then down at the bottom here, you can see this is your progress bar. Every time you go through this post, you click the next post, and it will go to the next one, which will be the next week. As you go through this, your progress progresses, and when we get to the end of it, you actually get 100%. So, so here we'll go to week 2. To show you some. So in week 2, we have the replays.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Okay, you guys are now on the right side of my screen, and I don't know how to get it back to what you're showing. Any ideas?
We're on the right side of your screen.
Right. I just see the pictures of everybody listed. And if I go to like my Explorer or my Safari, all it says is about downloading the Zoom. So you guys have like disappeared other than pictures of everybody. I don't know.
Are other people seeing that too?
Oh, wait. All right, I just hit the Zoom, and now it goes back to like the portal.
Okay, good. We're in.
And I'm okay now?
Yep.
We're in the portal.
Okay,
yep.
good. Sorry, I don't know why all of a sudden it disappeared.
You probably had an internet hiccup.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in the portal. We're in week 2. I clicked on week 2. Here is a replay, and then this is what I really want to show you, is this is Samantha's video of the whole body treatment. So if you don't want to, if you just want to watch the videos of the specific lessons that we were on, you can go to the videos down below. So this is if you want to watch the whole replay, and then this is just you want to watch, Samantha and the full body protocol.
Hi guys, for all of you who do not know me, I'm Samantha. I'm going to be going over the full body protocol.
Right? And we're going to watch that next week. Now, I want you guys to pay special attention to this beautiful horse in the background. Isn't she beautiful? That horse is Zoe. That's my horse. I have a funny story about how beautiful Zoe is with Laura, but we'll maybe save that for a different day. So all right, so here's week 3, and same thing. We have the demonstration. We have the replays. And then we have.
So John, just a minute. So when John's saying the replays, what it is we actually, from course 1 and course 2, we have the recordings, and then now course 3 will be there also. Yep. So every time we have a class, it gets added in because different questions get asked different times. So if you really want to immerse yourself, you can literally watch the replays from PMF 1, PMF2, and now PMF3. So that's, I don't know if you had explained that, so.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the different add-on protocols. Here's PMF for the back. Here's for the abs. Here's for the legs. So you can see we have it all divided up for you into these lessons. Now, and then it goes for week 4, for all the different weeks. So if you wanted to do that, really wanted to watch Kelly Legarato's PMF for dogs, there's the replay, the 2 replays, but this is just the segment on the dogs. And then this is, I wanted to really make sure you understand this. These are the training manuals. These training manuals, we have 9 training manuals that really Sherry and Samantha have gone through in depth. Just these training manuals alone is probably more information on PEMF, practical information, than anywhere in the world. I mean, this is very, very comprehensive information on.
And we need to say it's been completely updated since the training manual we had created from Pulse Centers, because we could say whatever we wanted. And
yeah, we didn't have to dumb it down. We didn't have to worry about being FDA.
that's all we need to say.
Like
that's all we need to
so
say.
This is unedited. Really, you're getting the full benefit of all the research that we've done, and also we have some fantastic, like we have Dr. Gilliland's information in here. We have really this fantastic amount of information there.
And we're planning on continuing to update this all with research and other things. So, and in the human conditions, reading what Sam has shared about cancer, again, we don't go around saying we do PMF for cancer, we cure cancer, but if you want to have an understanding of how PEMF can help people with cancer, I really suggest you, or any living being with cancer, I really suggest you read the part on human conditions and the research that Sam did on cancer. So.
And then in the bonus library, we have all these different segments, and each one of these segments is just packed full of stuff. Here's the business forms. This is where you have treatment sheets, a sample treatment sheet with the scoring, just to show you that. Now, all this stuff is available for you to download. You just download it, save it to your computer, and then you've got it. Most of the stuff is either PEMFs or, I'm not sure why that came up. Oh, that's because the Word document's coming up. It was my Gartner. As that loaded, I don't know, maybe it probably wasn't a good thing to load.
Okay, X out.
Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, we've got treatment sheets, we've got anatomy, we've got a sample invoice. This is in a publisher file. We have.
Oh, John, I'm just noticing you were supposed to put those in as PDFs, so we need to do that. I just noticed that.
Oh yeah.
I remember Lisa had requested, and we were going to do that. So. Okay.
Now we have a collection of ebooks and blogs. This is my blog on high intensity versus low intensity as PMF SAPE, what the doctors won't tell you, life is a journey. This is an amazing marketing ebook, marketing made easy for the practitioner. Here's on writing. So we got a lot of marketing information, just blogs. We have marketing videos. We have different marketing collaterals. We have pictures. Now, if you want to do a brochure and you're really looking for pictures, we have sample pictures that we've used in our brochure and everything. These are way better than stock photos. you know, here is how to do a Facebook ad in 15 minutes or less. This is how to use Google AdWords. Oh, that one got flagged. Now, if you really want to see something funny, this was our very first video
watch this
on our story on PMF, and
Please don't watch it.
this is a what is PMF video, and these two videos are our very first videos that we ever did on when we were selling IMRS, and I got to tell you, this video, our story, it's only 10 minutes, 11 minutes, 51 seconds, but it's pretty much like a comedy, I think. It took me, what, like 700 takes to do the first 3 sentences. But it does say
I literally made him drink a shot. Do you remember that? I made you drink. We don't even drink alcohol like that, and somehow we had this honey jack from our son's birthday party, this honey jack. I said, okay, that's it, we need to do shots here, you need to relax, okay? Do you remember that? And I'm like, it's okay, drink
and
shot.
at the end you started crying. I think it's on this when you started crying as we were telling our story. But this video too, so the first one is really, I just put in for comic relief. I mean, it's funny. But video 2 is really about what is PMF. It has some really good stuff in there that you can use and ways to explain what is.
Yeah, there is a fun little video we created on what is PMF in there.
Yeah. So, and you can always, I mean, if you want to make it your own video, you can use some of this stuff as copy. So anyway, that's in there. Horse anatomy. We have really some great articles on horse anatomy and pictures. I would for sure read all these, because these articles, each one of them I've read several times, and they're just fabulous articles written from horse inside out. They have great pictures on there that really help you understand what is going on with the horse's anatomy. If you want to learn more about horse anatomy, this is a really good start. And then we have the frequency videos. These videos really we recorded to give you a basis to know. Now, if you don't have the Pro and you want it to have your spark gap machine be at the beat of 7.8 frequency or 6.5 or 5.0 or 2.5, you can basically record this video and then play the video as you're turning your machine up until they start beating at the same time. And then when you've harmonized the 2 beats, now you know it's on the same frequency. So and we're going to go into what these frequencies are used for, but I give you a little short summary on this. Like 6.5, it's great for fighting disease and improving the immune system. So if you want to tune your spark gap chamber to 6.5, you just play this, and then you have it beat at the same beat, and you've basically got the same functionality as a Pro for a lot less money. So these are all on there. You can just record it. They are also on YouTube, but if you want to record it to your phone, that's really the best way to do it. So I wanted to show you really what is in this portal, what the portal's all about, how to get on it, and really it's a tremendous resource. You have unlimited use of this portal for the next year. So you can watch the videos as many times as you want, whenever you want, for a year. Just wanted to give you that background. So before we get into the 3 circles of prosperity, Sherry, you got anything that you want to throw out there? And
we should do our break. People probably are wanting a little break.
And you know what? I don't have the
You don't have your amazing break thing? His inspirational break music thing? Potty break?
So how about after a year, is there going to be a way to still have access to it or buy in or something?
Yeah, we just haven't figured that out. It's going to be we'll have a
Okay.
continuing thing.
Okay, awesome.
Everybody has that.
I guess we'll put, while he's looking for his amazing break thing, does anybody else have any other questions right now at this point?
Nope.
With that portal, it's amazing. We've actually had someone who signed up for this course, was it last week? Who has already gone through the entire course already.
You hear that?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have the little screen thing, honey, with your...
No.
Okay, well.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
All right, we got a 5-minute break.
Oh, there it is.
All right, we're back from the break. What did you guys think of that song? Is that a good song? It's Get What You Give. And that's kind of the perfect segue into my whole 3 circles of prosperity thing. Are you guys back? Everybody back? Michaela's back. Where's Michaela? Tell her we only got 5 minutes. If it's just a 5-minute break, you got to be back. Come on, man. Are you guys pulsing in that chair? Yeah. Both of you? Both of you pulsing? You got your machines going tandem?
That's awesome.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, Tina. Tina, looks like you're home. You're in a dark cave.
Because the window's open behind me.
And then Natasha, I still haven't seen you. I just see like a roof or the ceiling or something like that. But are you there?
She's muted, honey, so I don't know. Can you unmute her?
You're unmuted. Oh no, she unmuted or muted herself. So, you know, when I had the music playing, I didn't know if I muted myself, if that would mute the screen.
No.
I muted myself. Did it mute the share?
It's Oliver.
Hey, Oliver, how you doing? There's my first #1 grandson.
Mm-hmm. Olive.
Well, I guess Natasha's not gonna show herself. And Michaela is coming back. Nope, there goes Dawn. So I want to start on my my 3 circles of prosperity. But honey, before I get into that, do you have anything you want to interject here in you and Sam?
Sam's having some contractions here, so she's gonna be. This course is all about PEMF and PEMF, getting certified and trained on PEMF. But as we have found over the years, there's so much more to business and there's so much more to treating than just doing the protocols. And it's kind of led me to come up with this theory of the 3 circles of prosperity. And if you can picture 3 circles all kind of joining together, I need a good visual of it, but I don't have one with that I can pull right up. But if you just picture 3 circles and they're all joined together in the middle, this really is my interpretation of what makes a successful business. And you know, if you guys are all PEMF practitioners and you're all wanting to do this for a living, well, there really is a lot more into it that goes into it, and to be really successful than just doing treatments. If you're just doing treatments, you're only really getting maybe a third of the things that are needed in order to be successful. And the 3 things that I think are really important, and when I see, and you know, over the 37 years of business experience that I've had, I've noticed both personally, myself personally, and many other businesses, if they're successful, they really have all 3 of these areas going at once. If not, if they're lacking in one, and many people are lacking in 1 or 2 of these areas, and they spend all their time in the third,
But the first one is really that nobody talks about, but is really very, very important, is your mindset. And this is all really about what's going on in your mind and how you feel and think about your business. The second one is really the product or service that you're doing. And for us in PMF world, it's doing the PMF therapy. And that you're going to learn a lot about in this course, doing the PMF therapy. The third area is really the marketing engine or the economic engine that drives your business and provides the income that makes it a business as opposed to like just a hobby. And to have a really successful business, you need to have an economic engine that is consistent and predictable and really is a system that will be working even if you're not, even if you're on vacation. And if you get all three of these areas going, then you will really have a really significant business. And what I find is that most people, they want to focus in on one of these three areas, and they neglect the other two areas. Usually those two areas are areas that they probably need, at least, if not the same, at least more. So we'll go through each one of these areas because I think it's really important for you guys to understand. And we'll be talking a lot about all three of these areas as we go through the 8 weeks. The first one is really your mindset. And this mindset is about like what it is that you think about your business. What are the thoughts that are going on in your business? And this is not only about your business overall, like, oh, I'm really successful, or I'm not really successful, or I love this business, or I hate this business, or, you know, just a lot of people think of mindset, they just think of, oh, having a positive mental attitude. But it's really a lot more than that. It's really, you know, the whole mind, the mind game that goes on as you think about your business, as you think about your clients, and as you think about the horses. Kelly Legarata does a really fabulous job of setting herself and establishing her mindset before she does any treatments. Honey, what were the things that she does? It's called the list. What were those? What were the list? What did that? But anyway, what she does really is that before she does any treatments on a dog or a horse or a person, she sets and she really grounds herself, and she becomes really present in the moment. And she, someone's got some sounds going on there. She establishes, you know, really in her mind a really positive frame, and she gets into a real loving state, so that when she goes in and deals with the horses or people or whatever, you know, we're all really, you know, energy beings, and if you go into a treatment with the mindset of you know, oh, you're worrying about something or upset about something, or have real negative mindset about the person that you're doing the treatment for, or the horse or whatever, you're really gonna, the treatment is going to be affected by it. So it's really important that you get into the present moment. And one of the things that the big discovery that we made while we were trekking the Alps in Europe was that things are so much easier to do if you take things really, if you be in the moment and you take things one step at a time. When you start thinking about the outcome, or, you know, what you want to have happen down the road, and you get out of the moment, if you either are thinking in the past about what's happened in the past, or in the future about what you are projecting into the future, you really lose the magic of the moment. And being in the moment is really where the spirit is and where the magic is. So we found that really, you can fix a lot of things with your mindset just by being in the moment. And when you're in the moment and really appreciating what you're doing and who you're doing it with, and especially when you're treating a horse, horses are really, really big spiritual beings, and they totally, they even, what was it, even take on your heartbeat. What was that whole thing, Sherry, about how a horse will take on the heartbeat of the person that they're with?
Yeah, there's research showing that a horse's heart rate will actually resonate and mimic the person that they're closest to. So, which is why horses are so quick to pick up, the energy, the essence of how the person is feeling. It's actually very physical. Their heart is, and all of our hearts. I mean, that's the case for all living beings. Is your heart is the most. It's the strongest. Has the strongest electromagnetic energy field of all your organs and everything in your body. So it has an impact on others and is impacted by others. So it's nice if you can take it as your responsibility when you're entering a session to set the tone of the energy there. And that goes for the client, the people as well. Sometimes there's a lot of chaotic energy, and even if not that there's anything wrong, just some people, they can be the nicest people in the world, but they're starting out very high energy, or that's not really the ideal setting for getting the animal to relax and be able to, so that you can tune into them and how you can do the best you can do at treating them. Because though, as we go into it next time with the actual treatment itself, a big part of setting the intensity and things like that from muscle group to muscle group is in reading how the animal is feeling and knowing how to adjust your setting. So it's really important that you set the tone of the energy that you'd like.
And something that we always share is your own healing energy is almost as important as what's coming out of the machine.
Yeah.
And I work with a wonderful spiritual counselor who shared a little prayer with me that, and we all have our own beliefs, and however you believe, but if you can put this in your own words, and what he suggested is just saying the word spirit that I am. Please have healing energy flow through me to, like as in the case today, we were working on Harry. And so I would say, spirit that I am, please send healing energy through me for Harry's highest good, starting now. Thank you. Oh, and like when you stop a moment, and I always say, like if you're treating a person or a pet, if you just take a deep breath, you will notice that they will oftentimes mimic your own deep breath, and just stop yourself, still yourself. And sometimes, I mean, like today, Sam and I did, I don't know how many horses together and stuff, but at each time that we would start a new horse, you just stop. Obviously you do as John and Sam show to go over the horse or whatever, but it's different than that. It's like just stopping and making just that energy connection, and you will be amazed at the difference. And I even found that today, because sometimes I got, like, we would just get started, like on the one horse that was on stall rest, the big one. I didn't necessarily do that, because you started the treatment, and then with her retired horses, I really did, and I felt a different connection with them, and I feel that it just helps the session that you give. And so just, if you can just think, and you know what, it's not just in doing PMF, but just like all through your day. I just got to share my little thing, of just giving the gift of your healing energy or your love to everyone, to people that you see out in the world that are annoying you or that you're feeling compassion for, or people that you love, if you could just stop that moment and say, Spirit that I am, please send healing energy through me to that person for their highest good starting now. Thank you. And it's pretty remarkable, the gift that you get in return in that simple little thing. So when we talk about treating people, I always say to get down to a person's level, to pause, to look into their eyes, to set that intention. So I don't know why I'm literally having a brain fog about Kelly Legarata's list thing, because it's amazing, but it's love, intention. I don't know. I'll have it for you guys next week. I don't know. It's just been a long day, and for some reason I'm
Yeah. Well, what I do when I go into any treatment, and I try to do it, I certainly notice it when I don't do it, and then I get into it, and I realize, oh my God, I'm not really very connected to this horse. Is that I first really try to become really in the present moment and disconnect from whatever's going on. And for me, that's like part of the gift of doing PMF. You get to spend some time with the horse, really just being. And if you notice that that horses are much more in the mode of being rather than doing. And if you can get into that mode more of being, and you will find that you'll better able to connect with the horse at where they are, rather than try to get them to be where you are. And so being in the moment is takes on, that's why it's called being in the moment, not doing in the moment, but being in the moment. And then just take a moment and pause and say, that especially if a horse is really unsure of you and it's kind of, being agitated or whatever, I always just take a moment and say, I love you, I'm here to help you, and you are safe. And you'll be amazed at what happens when you say that. It's like almost like the horses will stop and they just go like, what? Oh, okay. And like you get this connection, and I just say this just mentally, like Deepak, just mentally, say that. And all of a sudden you'll see like, wow, that you just connected with this horse. And then when you're doing the treatment, it is so much easier to see, oh, this is a little bit too high, it needs a little bit more, and you will get a way better treatment. So this is something in addition to, my dogs are going to start to bark, and then all your dogs are going to start to bark. But this is something, so like this is why I talked to you about the 3 circles of prosperity, because this is the mindset part. We're going to get to the practitioner part. We're going to get to the PMF treatment part. And that's the mechanical part of where you put the loops and what you look for and what the setting and all that stuff. But there's a lot more that goes into it that nobody talks about, and this is, you're not going to get this anywhere, but nobody talks about this stuff, but it is so important. And so I just want you to try to raise your awareness over the next 8 weeks about what your mindset is, and be aware of how it is affecting you, and how it's affecting the people and horses and pets that you're treating. And I think that as you raise your awareness of that, you will start to see some benefits from that. So before I get into the next circle, you guys want to add anything to that?
No, I was just thinking, your mindset in relation to not just your business, but your actual role and purpose as someone doing healing work. I think that's, you can easily get into, well, how do I get more people to pay me to do this? But I like, for myself anyway, I like to think of how do I attract more people or animals that could use my help, you know, and therefore they're helping me, of course. But I like to think of it that way, as opposed to how do I get more money? How do I get more horses to do? Or whatever. So trying to come up with a way of terming it to yourself, I think, is helpful.
Just let me say, John, first of all, apparently you turned my computer on upstairs. If you could mute that, that's where we're hearing the dogs barking through.
Oh, where it says Sherry.
Yeah, where it says Sherry. Okay, all right. And then
we're hearing it like all over the place. It's like, oh, the dogs are barking everywhere.
yeah, and I'm like, those, because I would see my name light up, and I'm like, okay, so he has my computer on upstairs. But anyway, now, you know, Dawn and Em and Carrie that have been to our jump starts before, I'm sure you heard us tell you this, but for those of you that don't know, John and I literally way back in the beginning, we signed up to do 12 weeks at WEF, which is in Wellington, you know, the biggest hunter jumper horse show. It's where everybody literally from around the world, I don't know if you guys are, how many of you are aware of it or not, go to Wellington, Florida in the winter. Like people fly their horses in from Greece and like everywhere to show. And we signed up to get a tent at this and this is when we were Equipulse then, which was the MagnaWave basically. And we signed up to have a booth at the show. And I got the wonderful job to be in the booth while John treating people with just that single MagnaWave loop and these two amazing chairs that we bought at Walmart. Then John would go and treat the horses in the barn. And I was like kind of the person, you know, so many people were completely unaware of this. I mean, this was 5 years ago.
Those were the predecessor to the chairs that you guys are sitting in, by the way.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But a couple of things was, you know, we're talking like most of these people are the upper 1% income of the world, and that's who John and I were like, oh, we should do this, and we just did it. And then you show up and you're in that booth and you're like, oh my God, what the heck am I doing? And so I completely know that feeling of you know, how do I get new clients? How do I have the courage to speak to them? How can I tell my story? And yes, you're exactly right. You're wanting to get more clients, okay? And that is absolutely our goal. But it really does have to come from the place of, really, how can I help more people and animals? And I know that sounds trite, and you hear that, you know, what you get, you know, what you give, you get and stuff. But a couple of things. The first day, I was clamming up and so forth, and it was a little, you know, difficult. I mean, these are like Olympic riders and stuff, and so that night I got the idea that, you know what, I'm just going to have be my mantra: everyone I meet is a friend. Everyone I meet is a friend. And we were really lucky. We had Rose. We have a wonderful dog, Rose. We'll show her on the next one, who is a half Great Pyrenees, half Rottweiler, and is the cutest thing in the world. And we took her on the road with us when, how old was she, John? 3 months old, I think. Puppy.
And she started the trip out like this big, and then she ended the trip like this big.
She didn't fit in her crate by the end of the trip. She didn't fit on her dog bed. But anyway, so I started realizing that Rose was
in the back seat.
And I came up with this mantra: everyone I meet is a friend. Everyone we meet is a friend. Everyone we meet is a friend. And by putting Rose out front, where she would get everybody's attention, and I could start chatting to them about Rose the puppy, it helped me feel like a friend and be able to segue into talking about my PMF and getting them to try this crazy thing that literally 99% of people at that point had no idea. And they're like, what, you're electrocuting people? What are you doing? You know? So that was the first thing, was, you know, everyone I meet is a friend. And John will tell you, by the end of the 12 weeks, we had so many friends. That booth was filled. You know, I had an Irish show jumper in there crying, telling stories. I mean, it was amazing. second thing was we wrote on our bathroom mirror, we have a lot of fun, we have a lot of money, and we help a lot of people and animals. We have a lot of fun, we have a lot of money, we help a lot of people and animals. And that turned into John creating a prayer that was, thank you, God, for bringing us the people and animals that want, need, can easily afford, and I added, and will be dramatically helped by our PEMF therapy. And and guys, we were at the point then that literally we needed to pulse to pay for our hotel bill at a not very great hotel. And so we would just we would say that prayer, really meaning it, and we would give therapy away. We'd give therapy away. I was treating people for free for 12 weeks, and John would just say, let me treat your horse for free. Let me treat your horse for free. And our mindset, we literally changed our own mindset to believing everyone we met as a friend. We had a lot of money, we had a lot of fun, we helped a lot of people and animals, and the universe was bringing us people and animals that wanted this, needed this, and would really be helped by it. And it transformed our experience there, and ended up being very successful, and really, really, I believe the launching pad for PEMF in the horse world, because MagnaWave had been around, but they were sketchy and how they were doing it. It was racetracks, whatever. God bless MagnaWave if you got one, but anyway, just things we were told and stuff. But there we were at the biggest horse show in the world, and had just unbelievable positive feedback. And I'm telling you, at the first couple of days, if we had not changed our mindset and our intention and our energy, it wouldn't have turned out that way. And it took courage. It literally took courage. I would be standing in that mirror in the morning getting ready, going, okay, you can do this. We have a lot of money. We have a lot of fun. Help a lot of people and animals. Everyone I meet is a friend. And we would go and do it. And so that's kind of my little pep talk on mindset from our experience. The other thing I'm going to share about mindset really quickly, and we're going to talk about this more when we go into the marketing phase, is John can attest to this, that John is really great at walking up and talking to anybody. I'm not quite as great at walking up and talking to anybody, but once John does and gets them started, then I can keep talking. So I understand, and Sam understands, how scary it is to go walk around a barn or a horse show, or a dog show, or whatever venue you're at, and walk up to people and say, hey, have you tried pulse magnetic therapy? But what turned the corner for me was literally when I had the thought, now I have my beautiful horse Flora, and we'll talk about her through the thing, but Flora was dramatically helped by PEMF. I'm so glad I had PEMF for Flora. I wouldn't have the horse I do now and the relationship that I do now without PEMF. And, so yeah, we knew about it and, everything. But if I was just me out in a barn and I didn't know about it, and some nice young woman like Sam is walking up to tell me about this, I would want to know about it, so just put yourself in that position. I would want to know about this. How would I be to somebody coming up to me at a barn? I'd be like, oh yeah. And if I didn't think it was something I wanted or needed, I'd be like, oh no, thank you. And I know some people maybe are a little rude, but whatever, next. But if you could just kind of come from that mindset of well, how would I be? And, we're all just people. We're all, trying to share things. And I'm really doing this to help, horses and people and animals, rather than I'm trying to get a client and I'm trying to get money. And believe me, we know what that is like. We know what that's like. But there's something about your energy when you go out with that energy that kind of repels people versus attracting them. So I don't know. That was just my mindset part.
You know,
So-
and a lot of things, you know, what you're saying, it goes into the third circle, which is the economic engine. And when I first started thinking about these three circles, I really have come an entirely different way now. So the second circle today, we're not going to talk about that much because that's PMF, and we're going to be talking about that the majority of the time, and how you do the treatment. So the third circle really is about your economic engine, or how do you get money for doing what you do. And that's something that many practitioners struggle with, you know, as much as anything. Nobody really talks about mindset, but that really is kind of about, that's really your energetic foundation. The marketing end of it, the economic engine, that is your financial foundation. And I now think of the circle of the economic engine completely different now than when I first started thinking about it. Now I really think of it as really a circle of prosperity, in that what you're doing is that really you're trying to, so most people think of their you know, economic, their marketing, their sales or whatever, more in terms of like a funnel. You know, you get people come into the top of the funnel. Lots of people come into the top of the funnel. They become aware of you, you educate them, and then you engage them, and then you treat them, and then they're gone. You know, then they're clients, and then they're done. I think of it much more now as a circle, because when you get things going like your list, and you start communicating with your list, it becomes more of a continuous circle. So as they come into your world, you educate them and you talk to them and tell them what you're doing and show them what, and then they'll choose you or not. And you continue the conversation with them, and then you treat them, but you continue that conversation with them. So you want to continue the dialogue with them, and you want to be, you know, keep that going. So you take clients, because your absolute best person that you're gonna new client is going to be someone who's already done business with you. So a lot of people, and you'll be surprised how many people do not have a list. Like, do you have a list of clients that you can keep track of and you contact on a regular basis, that's either in your phone? No? Can I see Carrie going, nope. But you know what? That is your number one thing that you need to do in order to have a consistent, repeatable business. You need to have a list of clients and prospects so that you can continue the conversation with them. And so what my big change in my thought process and mindset about is that now I really look at this in terms of like a tribe. You are really connecting with a tribe. And I now try to attract people that are in my tribe. Now, like you guys, you are part of my tribe. And yeah, so, and if you think about it, tribes go back all the way, really, actually, the definition of tribe is one of the first 12 founding groups of people in the world. That if you go all the way back, you know, to when we're like little cave dwellers in Africa, there were 12 groups. One of those groups was called a tribe. Like the name, it was called a tribe. So that name has evolved over the entire history of humankind, you know, human, whatever, evolution. So we've been going into tribes, and we've been seeking tribes over 50,000 years. It's just a natural thing. And you will find that there are some people that you gravitate toward, and there are some people that you don't. And you can't be everything to everybody, and you really shouldn't even try. What you should be is you should be trying to attract the people that are in your tribe. And tribes love a leader. And how do you lead a tribe? You do that with really a conversation. Now, you know, there have been if you go back to the Native American tribes and all the tribes in the past, there have always been healers as a part of the tribe. And usually the healers are one of the most influential and revered members of the tribe. And you guys are healers. You are healers for your tribe. And what do the healers do? I don't feel good, so they go and see the healer of their tribe, and and those healers then do things to help their tribe followers feel better. That conversation is the conversation that you need to be having with your tribe members. And if you start thinking about marketing really more in terms of connecting with your tribe and then leading them in a conversation about how they can have better health and better wellness, that is a message that will put you as the healing leader of your tribe, and you will get a greater and greater tribe. And when you find that you have your tribe, your business will be secure. I mean, you will absolutely have a rock solid concrete business. And you go from, instead of selling people on treatments, you go to leading them into feeling better and having a great conversation about feeling good. And you know what? The only thing that people really care about in this world is feeling good. And the reason why they do just about every single thing that you can possibly think of, to what shoes should I buy, to what hair stuff should I have, to what boyfriend or girlfriend should I have, is that they think that by doing that, having that, they're going to feel better. And that's all people care about. If you really do not want to have conversations. So, Tina, you're talking about what is it that I want to tell people about PEMF. The one thing that I've can say 100% contributed to my success in 37 years of selling over $150 million worth of products is not talking about the product, is not talking about PEMF. It's talking about how PEMF will make you feel. That is what is the thing that you need to develop your stories. And you develop stories. That's a great way to say, this is the story about how I treated this one person and they went from feeling like this to feeling like that. That is what people want. I'm here and I want to be there. And if you can help me get there, then they are going to be a customer of yours. And if you can add them to your tribe and help be the leader of the tribe that to help them feel better, you will find that is the way to market your business. And when you start thinking of it that way, for me, it's just a much better way of thinking about how do I make money than, I better be selling them and I better be talking about, what does PEMF do and all this stuff. And, so it's a way more effective, it's a way more evolved way to have a business. And that's the one of the big things that I want to try to help you guys achieve over the 8 weeks, is to develop your conversation that you want to have with your tribe so that you're leading them toward wellness and not talking about the machine and their symptoms. So does that make sense? Do you guys understand the difference? So we only got 4 minutes left, and we've been doing all the talking. Do you guys have some questions and things that you want to talk about?
Nope. So I think our assignment for next week is for those of you that already have clients and those of you, Michaela, that are wanting to get clients, so yours would be a list of potential clients, is if you guys know all how to do a spreadsheet, that's probably the best way to do it. But if you don't, or Google Sheets, you can just do it on a notepad. But start making a list of your current clients and their contact information.
You want first name, last name, email, phone number. And then
And even a comment of what show you, if it was like, these were all the clients from Devon Horse Show, you can do it that way also, if you want to break it down that way.
But
Or
if you know where they're from, put that as well, because if you're someone that travels around, which I'm assuming all of you are, like from different horse shows and things like that, so that you know, oh, when I'm in Kentucky, I should be contacting these people when I'm that sort of thing.
yeah, and I'm going to show you a way that you can basically put these into, you know, the best system anywhere is Google. And if you don't already have a Gmail account, you probably want to get a Gmail account. But then if you get Gmail or Google account, then you can access the Google Drive and Google Sheets. Google Sheets is the spreadsheet, and Google Docs is the word processor, and Gmail is the Gmail. There's also a great notes thing called Keep, and these tools are by far the best tools that are on the market, and they're free. You know, they're completely free. And you can have these lists in the cloud that you can access from your computer, your iPad, your phone. I'll show you a way that you can have that you can put them on there. If you have them in an Excel spreadsheet, it's really easy to upload the spreadsheet from Google Drive, and then you can have access to them from any device that you have anywhere, and they will never go away. Your phone can crash, your iPad can crash, your computer can crash, and you still have access to all your clients. And the spreadsheet or the treatment sheets that we'll use, you can fill out the treatment sheet, take a picture of it, store it in Google Photos, and email it to your client, and it will automatically be saved in your Gmail contacts. So you can just look up that contact, and you can see all the different treatment sheets that they sent him. So this is a system that I have now, and it's phenomenal. And it's really, really easy to use. If you know how to use a spreadsheet at all, you'll know how to use it. But if you don't, I have easy tutorials and stuff. But first thing you need to do is get the list. You know, wherever you have them, put all the names in together. You want, as an absolute minimum, first name, last name, email, and then phone number if you have them. So the beauty of this thing, I'll just share a real quick example of it, is that a couple of years ago, we had somebody down in Florida, this real great dressage person whose name was, what's the Australian girl name? Yeah, no.
Ilsa Schwartz, yeah.
What?
Ilsa Schwartz.
Yeah, Ilsa Schwartz. So Ilsa Schwartz called me, oh, you got to come down and treat my horses. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, well, I'm going to go down there. She had like 8 horses for me to treat, so it was enough to make a trip. So I just looked into my phone and I started texting all the people that I knew that were in Florida. And this was off season, so I ended up having 43 people in my phone and texted them all. Actually, I went down there and did like 30 treatments. And just from texting them saying, hey, I'm going to be in Wellington this weekend. Do you want to get treatments? And I ended up doing a whole bunch of treatments just from texting them in my phone. So this is no better way to have get more business. If you're looking for a way to get business, this is it. This is like the #1 way to really develop a solid business. So it's cookie time.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, any questions? Otherwise, we'll wrap it up. I mean, this was just kind of the intro week to get to know each other, and we have a whole bunch of people that'll be watching replays, I guess, that weren't able to make it on here. But so hi to all you guys that weren't able to be with us live.
And thank you, the ones that did make it live.
And thank you, the ones that did make it live. So make sure that if you have not already, that you have requested to join the Drugless Practitioner Academy private group on Facebook. And please, let's use that to communicate with each other and ask questions. That's pretty much our main place to communicate about things. So it's the Drugless Practitioner Academy private group. And otherwise, it's great seeing Em and Carrie and Dawn.
And we have a little visitor who wants to say hi. Hi.
The garden gnome.
Okay. The PMF gnome says hi. Bye, guys. Bye.
So have a great week, everybody. Get your list. Put questions in the group if you have any. Check out the portal. And happy pulsing. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.